Eze could be heading to the Emirates and not the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Stevie, what a coup this is, isn't it, for Arsenal?
Well, I'm not so sure about that. I would like to think that Eze's always known that there might be some sort of interest for Arsenal. I thought the problem for Arsenal was that they weren't sure they had enough money after all the money they've spent. But I'm pretty certain that Eze would have known that there was some interest in Arsenal, and having not known exactly, then he's going to go along with the Spurs thing. And for him,
Stevie,
this would have been a good move.
This wasn't the answer I was expecting from you. Yeah. Well, I thought we were going to say, yes, this is brilliant for Arsenal. This really puts them in the title race now.
Well, I was coming...
We're not like, oh, I'll see, you know...
No, it is great for Arsenal. It is great for Arsenal, absolutely.
Right, is this because it's bad for Liverpool? Shaka, this is great, isn't it, for Arsenal?
Absolutely it is great for him. Absolutely it is.
Thank you,
well,
right.
Hold on a second. You were coming from a Tottenham point of view.
No, I was saying, what a coup this is for Arsenal was the point that I made, and then you went mumbling on about something.
You started off talking about Spurs.
Yes, but then you've got to listen to the
I was coming from a Spurs angle.
Look, Eleanor's right, you don't listen. Right.
Well,
okay, I'm not sure where to start.
This is brilliant for Arsenal.
It absolutely is. And listen, while Arsenal were linked with Eze earlier in the summer, it seemed as though, to Stevie's point, maybe Arsenal interest cooled because they spent a lot of money this summer as it is. And one thing Arsenal do is run their business well, so they kind of allowed Eze to get away, and then the Kai Havertz injury, and there is a need to fill. I think Eze adds to Arsenal in ways that I don't think anybody else on that roster does, just in terms of creativity, in terms of option, in that he can play on the left-hand side to balance Bukayo Saka, and all of a sudden Arsenal has real threat from both flanks. No disrespect to Martinelli and Trossard, but certainly I think as a creative upgrade on that. He can also play through the middle if you want to drop Odegaard, drop a little bit deeper, whatever it wants. It provides so much option for Mikel Arteta in terms of how he can line up. And I think, kind of given how close it was to leaving or signing for another club, as it happens, Spurs, just to make it all the more spicy. This is long overdue, but a good bit of business from Arsenal.
That's the word, isn't it, Frank? Upgrade.
Yes, it is, but do you know what? I wonder, because Shaka alluded it. You know, when you have somebody like Eze, you have a possibility to have Eze. Yeah, do you go for it? 68 millions when you already have Martinelli, Eze, and some other like Madueke, for example, can play also on that side. I don't know why you really need him if it's not to also, on top of having another talented player, to upset Spurs. You know, I want to believe as well that it's a big amount of money to just upset your biggest enemy. But do you
Frank,
really need
what's wrong with everyone?
to win?
You're just saying they're getting Eze because they can to annoy Spurs. That's ridiculous. We learned obviously that Kai Havertz is injured. Eze is not done and done at Spurs. They've come in, they've swooped in, they've got a brilliant player, one of the best in the Premier League last season. Yet you're just saying they're signing him out of spite?
No. I'm not saying, and I'm not judging Eze about his, and I'm not saying that he's not bigger or stronger or better than the others. But I don't think Arsenal needs that kind of player to win the title because they already have players for that. They already have 3 players on that side that I just named: Madueke, Trossard, and Martinelli. And I really think that it's nothing to do with Havertz's injury. Because Havertz doesn't play on the left side, and I think the only room left for Eze is the left side. Unless Gutierrez is not good enough, unless, I don't know, Saka got injured, unless the 3 in the middle of the park get injured, otherwise Eze can only play on the left side.
Yeah, but Frank,
so you have 4 players.
Frank, you name those players, yeah? You name Madueke, obviously, Trossard, Martinelli. If you've got the 4 of them lined up, who are you picking first? You're picking Eze, aren't you, first?
Yes,
so
but you already spent lots of money. Yeah, but for me, 68 million for Eze, I'm not sure they need it. They need him. And again, you have to find also, don't forget that, the balance of the locker room. If you bring Eze, what do you do with Martinelli, Trossard and Madueke that you just bought? People who cannot play because that guy comes. And you really have to take care of everything. It's not only adding numbers of players just for the sake of it. Yeah, even if the one that you are taking the last is more talented than the others. That's other things in perspective that you have to check out. And that's what I think about it. I'm not sure Eze can be the X factor for Arsenal to win the Premier League. He can, but he can create also troubles.
The only thing I'll say here is maybe to the point, and that Frank maybe is alluding to, is the timing of it is odd. In that, using your example, if we talk about all the signings that Arsenal made this summer and line them up in terms of a priority and who you think is the greatest need, you signed Gyökeres first. I know he wasn't. Arsenal would sign all kinds of players before him, but that's been a need that Arsenal has not addressed for many a year. So you do that first, and then, in my opinion, again, if you've got all your targets lined up, my second bit of business is Eze, and now we're not having this conversation about Madueke or anybody else. I just feel Eze is a better player than